we will do is each class we will learn the meaning of one code. That way we will know the meaning of what we are chanting also, and then we go into the study part of it. And my style is I ask questions. So what has happened in the previous class I will ask you. If you know, then I will go ahead. If you don't know, then you will see.
Doing the same.
You know, Tapon Maharaj, when Gurudev went to Swami Shivananda sent Gurudev to meet Swami Tapon Maharaj. He is Swami Tapon Maharaj. He is the Shiksha Guru of Swami Swattmananda. So he used to live in Uttarkashi. And Divine Life Society where Swami Shivananda was. Swami Shivananda gave Diksha to Swami Shivananda. They initiated in So Swami Shivananda sent Shivananda sent Gurudev Swami Swattmananda to Tapon Maharaj because he had a lot of questions. And the people who were there with him, the disciples of Swami Shivananda, were very faith oriented. So they will not question. But he was a skeptic type. He was an atheist, journalist, had done his law and had done English literature. So very, very skeptic, and he went to the Himalayas to expose the sadhus because he thought the sadhus are all, in his words, they are social parasites and they are the leech among the society. They do nothing productive and simply they are adored, so much in this country for no reason. So he thought, and he said that, he went to the Himalayas to expose the bluff of the sadhus. And what these people are bluffing, they are simply talking anything. So when he went there and he saw the lifestyle of Swami Shivananda and then he saw the Vedantic knowledge, so scientific, logical, all that. So he had many, many questions. So then he was sent after some time to Tapon Maharaj. Saying, you go and meet him, he will answer all your questions. Not that Shivananda could not answer, but the people who were there with him, their faith was getting shaken up. So when he was sent there, he walked all the way from Rishikesh to Uttarkashi. If you go even by road, by travel, car or something, it will take you 8 hours. He walked up, took about 5-6 days to reach there. And when he reached there, Tapon Maharaj said, what is the proof that Swami Shivananda has sent you? Go and get a letter from him. So again he went down, got the letter. When he got the letter, you know what Tapon Maharaj told him? I will teach you only once. And if I ask you a question and you don't know, you will have to leave. I can't teach you after that. Just imagine. What will you and I do? It's okay, I will leave now. I don't want to. Because he was such a strict disciplinarian, Tapon Maharaj. Once he will teach, and if I ask you any other time about it, you must know. So this was the condition Tapon Maharaj laid. And what Gurudev used to do, he will not allow Tapon Maharaj to proceed from a topic till he doesn't understand. So he will keep asking questions again and again and again till that topic is not thoroughly understood by him. And that is how he studied, and that's how he digested the knowledge of Vedanta. So he always used to say that question, don't take it for granted just because I am saying. Think for yourself, you question and you come to your own conclusion. Okay, so let's start. See your prayers, we start with that. Since many of you may not be familiar, for today you will repeat the prayers. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram. So what we did is called as an invocation prayer. So the purpose of doing the invocation prayer is we come from different backgrounds, we come having done different things. Our mind must become quiet, our mind must become focused. So when we do the prayer, our mind becomes silent, and a silent mind receives knowledge, absorbs the knowledge. So the idea of the prayer, that's why we close our eyes, we chant, so that let the senses, let the mind, everything become focused. It is called as invocation because you invoke the higher which is already in you. It is not that you are praying to some outside force. The Lord is in our own heart, peace is in our own heart, happiness is in our own heart, love is in our own heart. So that's why it is an invocation, that you are invoking that divine within you. So the meaning of the first prayer. Sahana Vavatu. Saha means the Lord. Saha in Sanskrit means He. So Sahana Vavatu means may the Lord. Avatu means to protect. May the Lord protect us. This prayer is chanted by the teacher and the student together. And this is a prayer from the Upanishads. Actually the Vedas. So this is called as a Shanti Mantra. In English we call it as peace invocation. So this we chant, Sahana Vavatu, is may the Lord protect us. Protect what? This spark of spiritual seeking that is there in our hearts, may that be protected, because the winds of desires, temptation, the worldly things are so powerful that this spark can get very easily extinguished. So may the Lord protect that spark in us. May the Lord protect us from the various obstacles which come on the path, because of which we stop seeking. May the Lord protect us from our own weaknesses and attachments. And truly speaking, the security in life comes from this understanding that the Lord is the true protector. Money can protect us in some way. Financially, money can protect us. People can protect us in some way. Emotionally, they can be with us. Socially, we may have certain amount of protection. A house can give us a physical protection. But as an individual, to feel secure in life, it is the grace of the Lord, because of which we have money, we have the house, we have the people, we have capacities, we are healthy. All that comes to us because of the grace of the Lord. So He is truly the protector. And so when we say may the Lord protect, may He protect good health in me, may He protect good thoughts in me, may He protect the wealth that I have, the people that I love, all that. So may the Lord protect us. And spiritual spark He may protect us. Sahanau bhunaktu, may the Lord nurture and nourish us. Because the Lord is the one who takes care of us every moment. It's our vanity to think that I am doing something for my life. I am taking care, I am nurturing, I am nourishing myself. That appears to be so. But the Lord is the one who takes care. Who gives us the air? From where does the water come? How does all this function? How is the body functioning? Digestion, heartbeat, so many things. I am doing nothing for all that. Even the basic thing that I am supposed to do, I don't do. In terms of cooperating with the body and the rhythm of the body. I eat any food, anytime, anyhow. And Bhagavan has to sit and digest all that. Without complaining, grumbling, he will digest. You eat naan, you eat pizza, you eat anything. And upon that you eat nice ice cream, put off the entire digestive fire. But he still pushes the body on and on and on. We are supposed to have balanced diet. Supposed to eat early before sunrise and before sunset. Get up early, go to bed early, all that. That's the basic which I have to do for the body. But still the Lord takes care, the body goes on. So He is the one who nurtures, who nourishes, who takes care. So we invoke that gratitude in our heart that may the Lord protect me, may the Lord nurture and nourish me. Sahaviryam karvavahe. May we put our efforts together. The teacher and the student must put their efforts together. Sometimes the teacher may be very uninterested. Arey padh lo, ye kitab mein likha hai, read go. Finished. I don't want to take. And sometimes the student is not interested, doesn't do, doesn't attend, bunk. No. May both put efforts, and especially in the spiritual path, this is not an informative knowledge. This is the knowledge which will transform. So both have to put their efforts. The teacher has to put the efforts with compassion, and Gurudev used to say that even if the student asks the same question for the 1,000th time, you have to answer it with the same compassion as you answered it for the first time. If you have become a teacher, if you have taught, then you will understand. Patience is required. In spiritual path, more required, because what you are trying to know is you can't see, hear, taste, smell, touch. You can't think about it. You can't feel it. It is something which is beyond body, mind, and intellect. So how will the student ever grasp? He will go again and again ask. They may even doubt that there is nothing like that. There is no God, there is no truth, there is no reality. With extreme patience one has to deal with it. So Sahaviryam karvavahi. May we put our efforts together. Tejasvina vadhitam astu. This is a very nice line. May my knowledge be tejasvi or bright. Adhitam means what I have studied. Tejasvina adhitam astu. My knowledge must be bright. What is the meaning? Knowledge must be bright. Knowledge must come to my aid when I need it. That knowledge is bright. If I say that I know, Swamiji, that anger is bad, but when I get angry, I forget everything. I just lose control. I say anything, I do anything, I just blank out. All the knowledge that I have doesn't come to my rescue at that time. And after that moment of anger has passed, then I remember, I should not have gotten it. So that means that knowledge did not come to my rescue. That knowledge is dull. So the knowledge which doesn't come to my aid when I need it, that is a dull knowledge. That's not the fault of knowledge actually. Remember, that's the fault of the mind, which is not yet focused enough to apply that knowledge. It is bound, it is attached, it has more desires. Second is that knowledge is bright, which transforms my life. It makes me a better person, helps me to evolve. That knowledge is bright. So it is a subjective knowledge which helps me to evolve. So, Tejasvina vadhita mastu. May my knowledge be bright and brilliant. May my actions be always kindled by the spark of knowledge. Ma vidvishavahai. may we not have any misunderstandings. The teacher and student must not have any misunderstanding. The teacher must not misunderstand the student that he is a dull, stupid fellow, I don't think he will ever grasp anything. Nor should the student misunderstand the teacher. That he doesn't care or she doesn't bother about me. She is more partial to that student. All those things, misunderstandings should not be there. Because here the knowledge of Vedanta is not from the mouth of the teacher to the ear of the student. It is from the heart to the heart. So that tuning, if it is not there, the knowledge will not pass. Gurudev used to define education. He used to say education is the process by which information is transferred from the notebook of the student, of the teacher, to the notebook of the student without passing through the minds of both. That is what happens in secular education. Notes, education is the process by which the information is transferred from the notebook of the teacher to the notebook of the student without passing through the minds of both. Vedantic knowledge is not like that. It passes from the heart of the teacher to the heart of the student. That knowledge is what will transform us. Because it's about me. It's not about any other subject outside. It's about me and my life. So many people ask the question that Swamiji, Vedanta was given thousands of years back. Is it relevant today? In today's life, is it ever applicable? So one question is, thousands of years back the knowledge was given. Agreed. But in today's life, are you relevant in your life or not? What is most relevant in your life is you. If you are not there, what is your life? Nothing. So if it is the knowledge about you, who is the most relevant person in your life, then obviously that knowledge is relevant even today, because I don't know only about myself. And I don't know about the way of the world. And I don't know about the truth. Now these three remain the same. And knowledge about these three is what Vedanta is. I, that is Jiva, the world, that is Jagat, and Ishvara, that is the Lord. Hence the misunderstandings need not be there if the teacher and the student are tuned up. And this prayer is chanted together by the teacher and the student, invoking the grace and the blessing of the Lord on both. So the teacher prays that may the student be protected, may the student be nurtured and nourished, may the student be bright and brilliant. And the student also prays that, oh Lord, please protect the teacher, because we need the teacher to give us the knowledge. So both pray for themselves and for the other. And that tuning, when it happens, at the end we say Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. This is 3 times we say Shanti, because 3 types of obstacles come to us which disturb our peace. One is the obstacles which come from the cosmic forces. So you have drought, you have thunder, you have rain, lightning, so many of these. Second is the disturbances that come to us from the beings around us. Somebody sings very loudly, you can't focus on your study. Some kind of a disturbance, some loud chattering, somebody is doing, talking, gossiping, something is going on. So people around me create disturbance. And then there are subjective internal disturbances, that I am disturbed by my own memory, anxiety, worry, stress, so I am not able to focus. So may there be peace from the cosmic forces, may there be peace from the beings around me, may there be peace from disturbances within. So this is the first prayer. Right. Now we go to what we have done in the previous session. The first session we spoke about the vision of life. So 2 aspects of life we have begun with. Which are those 2 aspects?
Face life. Physical life.
Very good. So one is face life, other is make life. So permanent marker. So one is face life, other is make life. Right? And in both these we don't have a choice, no?
We have a choice. The second one.
In face life we have no choice. That we have to face. And in make life we have a choice. What I do with what I face, I have a choice. There are some people who think that they have a choice even in facing life, so they want to escape. But one can't escape. The karma is such that one will come back to that. So in face life we don't have a choice. Whatever comes, I have to face it. But in making life I have a choice. And that choice depends on
My knowledge.
choice depends on the knowledge. Right. So, can you come and draw the cycle of knowledge? Some of you have not come for the previous session, so anyway we are summarizing, so you will know this. This cycle of knowledge is very important to know. Vision cycle. You can call it vision cycle, knowledge cycle, whatever you want. Very good. Give her a big hand, please. Right. So one missing link only here is, so knowledge, as our knowledge is, so is the vision of life. That influences my values. The values lead us to desire. Desires lead to thoughts. Thoughts sustain, give us the actions. Actions give us the result. That result further strengthens or weakens the knowledge. There is a vision cycle or knowledge cycle. So our topic is life management, and for managing our life, what one generally tries to do is change one's actions or change one's thoughts. Very few people actually work on desires, on vision, on knowledge. They will even tell you that, values, you must have values, you must live a value-based life. Values are very important. But the value is derived from the vision of life. Suppose you tell somebody that you be honest. He say, why should I be honest? Everybody is corrupt around me. What is the point in me being honest? No, honesty is a good value. If you are an honest person, you are a good person. It's okay, I am a bad person, but I will use corrupt means, let me succeed. Because people around me are doing it. So why do I need to follow the value? If I have the right vision of life, that when I am honest, then I am an integrated person. The moment I become dishonest, I create a split in my own personality. I fall in my own eyes. I don't live up to my own convictions. So that vision of life, when it is clear that I need to be happy, and that happiness comes when I am integrated. If the personality has conflict, all the time I have that agitation in my mind, where one part of my personality is constantly telling me that you compromised, you did not live the way you should have done, why did you do this? Then my vision of life I am not able to meet. So if I am clear about the vision of life, I will follow values, and that vision of life comes from knowledge that I have. That what is the purpose of life, why am I here, how do I achieve it, all that. Right. So these are the basic things that we had done yesterday, last class. Now moving further, What do these three words mean to us? Exist, survive and grow. Simple words. Don't think of philosophical answers. Simple words. What is exist?
Presence.
You are just present. Okay. Survive? Continue. Grow?
On the right path.
Grow, put efforts on the right path. Okay. You are right.
I thought of it a little differently. I thought of it, plants exist, animals survive, humans grow. So that's the picture of.
You go a little behind. One more step. Stones exist. Plants survive through all the climatic conditions. Animals grow. Humans live. And those who live with a purpose, so we say, evolve. And what is the culmination of evolution? You fulfill yourself. So there are these different ways. One thing to understand is that the stones exist, plants survive, animals grow, humans live. Other way to understand this is also that many times in our life, in certain phases, we are in the phase of existing. We just exist. We do nothing. We feel lazy, lethargic. We don't want to do anything. Sometimes you have to survive. You go into a job situation, you come into a recession situation, you come into difficult times, you get into a college, you have to survive the ragging and you have to survive. You have to just push through, just be there, go through it. Then comes time where you grow and a lot of things one achieves, grows internally, externally. But what is important there is that am I living? Gurudev used to say that many exist, very few live. To live, you must have an ideal in life, or what we have called as a vision. So if you have the vision, if you have an ideal, then we live. Otherwise we are just surviving through, and the whole human life passes without even understanding what it was meant for. I am born, I get educated, I get a job, I get married, I have children, and I make them also go through the same cycle. And life passes like that, without ever knowing that why did I take birth as a human. You know, between the animals and humans, what is the difference? Intellect is the difference. Thinking is the difference.
Power of discrimination.
Power of discrimination is the difference. Right. So if that is not awakened, that will be awakened when you have the right vision, you have an idea to live for. Otherwise, if you see animal or a human, animal is also born, animal also grows, animal also goes through whatever, builds a home for itself, produces children. Only two things animal doesn't do. It doesn't go to a university, doesn't get married. Doesn't get married. And today if you see, many people don't want to go to the college, don't want to study. And the concept of marriage is slowly disappearing. People are getting into live-in relationships and whatnot. So then, what is the difference? No difference. Same thing, just like an animal is born, grows, builds a house, produces children, same thing. And even if you say, no, we have awakened our powers and we have done so many inventions, discoveries, so many things in the world outside, development and all that. But what is the purpose? That brings us to the next word. Have I evolved or not? Now what is the meaning of this evolve? To live I must have a vision and ideal, and that vision has to be of evolution. And have I evolved? Now evolve means what? From a human, what do I have to evolve into? Is there anything else? Science says human is the acme of evolution. Biologically we have reached the peak of evolution. There is no better life form after this. So you have reached. So now what to evolve into now? Having got a human birth, now what do I have to evolve into? Swamiji, I can become a better human being. That is so we know Vedantically. We have to come to it logically now.
Whatever you do, purification.
That is a process, no?
So next step.
So evolve into what? The goal must be clear to us. What is that which I have to evolve into? To a sattvic person, to godhood, to equanimity, to my full potential. So what is that full potential? Think. What will I evolve into?
Being a happy person.
Even you can ask a question that why should I evolve? I'll remain as it is. What is wrong? So many people ask that, think like that. Why should I evolve? For what? I am a human being. I am doing my duty towards my family, towards society. I am living a peaceful life. And I am very happy the way I am. Why should I evolve into anything?
The mind is still searching for something.
Very important that is. That the mind is still searching. You are happy with the things, with the people, maybe with the surroundings, circumstances. But are you fulfilled? Do you feel complete? Or is there still some emptiness which is there in life? Which one is trying to fulfill and complete? This emptiness must go. If I feel that emptiness, that is when I become a seeker. So, in life, if I know, I am aware that I have a certain emptiness, that I have attained what I wanted to attain. I wanted to study and pass with a certain percentage. I did that. I got a job. I wanted in particular place, in a particular good company. I got all that. I got money. I got promotion. Whatever I wanted, I got. Some things I did not get. But the net result is, do I feel fulfilled? And yes, I have lived very well and I don't need anything more. If I feel fulfilled, very good. Second question to ask then is, does that fulfillment last at all times? Or do I still feel that something more has to be achieved? Something more has to be got? Nothing wrong with that desire to get something more. But a seeker always becomes aware that there is an emptiness in me which is pushing me to seek something. And what is that something that I don't know? So I am always running behind money thinking that if I get more of that, maybe I will be more happy. If I get more of maybe a certain praise or a certain promotion or a certain position or a certain love, a certain person. So I am chasing any of these, not being aware that what actually is the cause is there is a certain emptiness in my heart. No, Swamiji, there is no emptiness in my heart. Okay. The simplest sign whether you have emptiness or not and whether you are fulfilled is sit quietly. Can we sit quietly? Without desire. See, if you are fulfilled, you have no desire, right? Like if you have eaten properly, thoroughly, completely, there is no space to eat anything more. Will there be a desire for food? Even if your most favorite item is brought in front of you, still you will not have a desire. Why? Because you are full, complete, fulfilled. So, if I say that I am fulfilled, very good, then this question doesn't arise of seeking and anything else. But in everyone's life there is some or the other emptiness which is there, to fulfill which I am seeking everything else outside. A seeker becomes aware that whatever I am seeking is actually to fill this emptiness. And the attention then turns towards that emptiness, towards myself. From the external people, things, situation, and how can I get out of this emptiness? In the deep sleep, do you seek anything? When beyond the dream, when there is no thought in the mind, when you are not even aware of your own personality, is there any seeking? There is completeness, happy. That's why people like to sleep. Because if they can't get happiness in the waking state, at least by deep sleep, somehow their mind will become quiet. And so that person who tries to understand is that I have to evolve to that level whereby I feel fulfilled in life. So it is not about outside evolution, because biologically I have reached. You know what they say is, for the animal, the spine is horizontal. So the head, the heart, the stomach and the genital organs, everything is in one level. But for the human being, the spine is vertical. So the head comes on the top, then the heart, then the stomach, then the genital organs. So the way in which a human being is supposed to live is like that. The top priority must be given to the thinking, discrimination, to having an ideal, to awakening oneself. Then comes the emotion. Like, do I feel complete? Do I feel love? Then comes the stomach, then comes the reproduction. Many times what happens, our life cycle is reverse. So we are literally doing Shirshasana and living that way. Head is given the least priority. Thinking, discrimination, subjective knowledge, all that is, one thinks abhinay. This is all post-retirement plan. Right now we will do what is required for career, success, family, all this we will see later. So what is important is to know that from existing I have to come to the level of fulfillment. That there is a state where I can attain that state, where I will feel fulfilled, where having attained that state, there is nothing more to attain. And just imagine that state, what is there in this deep sleep, if I continue in my daily life and I act out of fulfillment, not out of emptiness. What do you think will be the difference between these two states? The state of emptiness and the state of fulfillment. What is the difference? Will it make any difference to my daily life? So that I have to know clearly. Then only I will start seeking that. What is the difference?
Less mental agitation.
Less mental agitation. Okay.
Contentment, peace.
Contentment, peace,
No happiness.
more happiness.
You can use your intellect better.
You're more aware.
Flow with emotions.
For that, do you need to have spirituality? You can have a lot of relief measures. So you can, so if your mind is agitated, you go have some nice outing, go for a picnic, go to an Ayurvedic spa, do some shopping, watch some nice movie.
But that's temporary.
That's temporary. True.
How does one know that, okay, I'm reaching this state where it's there? You may feel something at one time and then it kind of lapses again.
True. So how do you know that that state is there and you have reached that state?
No, instantly doesn't know.
Because the thing is, how do you know that you are in the state of deep sleep and you are fulfilled? When you are in that state of deep sleep, you are in that. When you wake up, then you realize, oh, that was it. That's the limitation of that example. But when you transcend the ego, you are in that state. And whenever you come to that experience of transcending the ego, you experience peace and fulfillment. Example, if you are absorbed in the work that you do fully, you lose yourself into that work. Do you feel emptiness? Why? Because that entity, that individual now is no more there who feels that emptiness. That individual has surrendered, has completely dropped itself at the altar of the work. In love, when you are truly in love, do you feel emptiness? You feel full. So the experience of rising above the ego is the experience of fulfillment. And as I do that practice again and again, through meditation, through study, through my work, I learn to absorb myself and I lose my own limited, finite individuality. I come to experience that oneness, fulfillment. So there is that state, and that you can extend throughout. So that one doesn't act for happiness, one acts always out of happiness. Now there is a big difference. In the state of emptiness, I always act for happiness. So there will be a dependency, there will be misery, there will be sorrow, there will be agitation. In the state of fulfillment, I don't act for happiness. I act out of happiness because I am fulfilled. Then you are acting with peace. You are acting with love, you are acting with compassion, you are acting with service attitude to the people around you. Because, without worship. So you feel so good because you are fulfilled. It's like when you have transcended the toys of the childhood. Even if you go and play with those toys again with the child, that kind of craving for the toys is not there, which is there still in the mind of a child. Child is still dependent. I can't sleep without this teddy bear and I have to win in this game of carom and all that. The father is not bothered about it because he has fulfilled himself. He has risen above all that and he may still play with it. Now what is the difference between both of them? He will play effortlessly. He will not have any attachment towards it. He will enjoy that thoroughly, but no attachment towards it. No agitation whether you win in that, lose in that, none of that matters. Because I am so fulfilled. That way, there is a state which one can attain, which is the culmination of one's evolution. Now having attained that, there is nothing more to gain. And there is no more any sorrow, there is no more any misery. You have transcended all that. You were asking something?
Operating from emptiness versus operating from fulfillment, one of the main things which I find in my personal life is security. Security, which also is another word, is fear. Operating out of fear, insecurity, and that you get a lot through spirituality, and also the likes and dislikes, the raga and the dvesha gets really reduced, and that leads to more fulfillment.
So emptiness is like that, and you feel more insecure.
Even before you become a seeker, there is always doubt. If I go out and seek, will I get what I want? Which stops you from becoming a seeker. How do you handle doubt?
Go out and seek in the sense?
I mean, when you start living, when you start realizing that there is an emptiness, there is always something that holds you back. If I try and find something, will I find anything first?
True.
So that doubt is also a major roadblock. How do you go ahead?
So doubt goes only by the right understanding and the knowledge. It's natural to have the doubt because the path is not clear to me. Very simple. If I can't see the road clearly, I always will have a doubt whether I should go, there will be something dangerous, will I get where I have to go. So two things are important in this. The goal has to be clear, the path has to be clear. If the goal is clear, that this is where I have to go, then I have to pay attention to the path. If the path is not clear to me, then there will be doubts. Whether I should walk this path or not walk this path. So that's where the knowledge part comes in. That I should be clear about what is exactly what I want. That is half the job done. Emptiness one feels always because there is no clarity. That what is it that I am actually seeking? So I always feel I am seeking something outside. So if my clarity is that no, what I am seeking is the state of permanent happiness, or whatever you want to call it as, the state of truth or the state of love, or the state of dissolution of ego or freedom, these are words. But I must have clear understanding about that. This is what I seek. And the simplest is the state of happiness, because everybody understands that. And happiness not now, not tomorrow, But happiness at all times is what I want. So what we say is, what I really seek is permanent happiness. In Vedanta, these are the two motivations which are given to us, that any being acts only because of these two reasons. One is permanent happiness, which we call as Paramananda Prapti. And second is freedom from sorrows, which is called as freedom from sorrows forever. That is important, not a relief measure, please remember. So it is called Atyantika Dukkha Nivritti. Now this is what I really seek. If this goal is clear to me, then comes the path. So I always ask these three questions. What do I really want? Now where do I get it? And how do I get it? Simple three questions, fundamental questions of life. But these questions are what will give us the clarity. So think about it and come. That what do I really want? Right now we have discussed that question. But ask yourself, is this what I really want? This should not be a theoretical question and answer. That what do we want? We want Paramananda. No. I have to be feeling that. And do I really want Paramananda? And you have to be true to yourself. Don't say that, I have to, if I say that I want money, then that is, I am not being spiritual. You write what you really want. What your heart says, what you really want, you write that. You want money, you want love, you want fame, you want approval, you want whatever you want, you write. Then the next step will be, do I really want this? That analysis is what we will do in the next class. Do I really want this? Do I want money for the sake of money? Or do I want money for something else? That Vivek, that analysis one has to do that. Why do I want? When I say what do I really want, I list down what my heart says, not what my head knows that it is supposed to achieve. There is no point there. Real spiritual evolution will happen when I am very true to what I really want and I write that down. And there is nothing hypocritical about it. Spirituality doesn't exclude anything. Please remember. It is not that if you seek money you are not spiritual. If you seek fame you are not spiritual. And spirituality means you have to drop all these.
It's not one exclusive thing. You can have three.
Definitely, you can put, that's why I said so many. You can write anything, name, money, power, position, love, promotion, anything. You write whatever you want. It can be 4, 5, 10, 20 things. Doesn't matter. But that's what your heart really wants. Then you go deeper into analysis of that. Do I really want money for the sake of money? Do I really want job for the sake of job? Do I want this person for the sake of the person? And question. Yeah, so then you just need to know that technique by which you act in such a way that the agitation gets exhausted also, no new agitations are created and you reach the goal. That's what exactly Karma Yoga is. You can't sit quietly, so you have to act. And if you act, you are creating more karma and more stress and more agitation. So now what to do now? That's what Karma Yoga will tell us about. You can act in such a way that you can be free from the agitation and prepare yourself to achieve that perfection. So it becomes a stepping stone. So we'll come to that. So 3 questions which I was saying is, one is what do I really want? Second is where do I get it from? And third is how do I get it? If these 3 questions I become clear about, I transform into a seeker. And please remember, I have to feel the answers for this. I am again and again saying that. Because many people become intellectual seekers, but their heart remains somewhere else. There the disintegration continues in their life. So intellectually I will know the answers for these. But then my heart says, that is okay Swamiji, but practical life is different. We want permanent happiness. Where will you find it from? Inside your own heart. How will inside your own self? And how will you get it? When you surrender the ego. This is okay, but right now I want money. Where will you get it from? Job. How will you get it? Through any means that I apply. The more money I see, the more happiness I feel. And the more the money remains in the bank, very good. So the dichotomy remains. Why? Because I don't feel that what I really need is this. And where do I get it? From inside. Am I really convinced that it is inside? That conviction has to come. Then I spend time doing the study, doing the meditation, doing the practices, which is how do I get it. Why is it that many people don't want to follow the spiritual path? Because they are not clear about these things. Because my clarity is, the clarity that I have is that what I want, the means towards that is not spirituality. So why will I come to spirituality? What I want, the means for that is outside world. So I will go only outside. And I will sharpen my skills for going out there. So if I answer these 3 fundamental questions, slowly that clarity will dawn. I become a seeker. Then I start looking at life as a whole. So our course, Life Management Techniques, the theme of that is look at your life as a whole and live a whole life. And spirituality is about that, looking at your life as a whole. It is not about one part. It is not about only going to temples and rituals and wearing certain types of clothes and putting on certain marks. You may not do any of these. But you will still be spiritual. Because the spirit is there in each one. To know that is the spiritual aspect, and to look at your life in completeness. So more about that we will see in our next session, that what it is to have a complete view of life, a holistic vision of life. So as a seeker, what should be the vision there? So we will see that in our next session. Now what you have to do just before you leave is, just get those points on. See, though this is like a course that we are doing, okay? So this is not like a satsang which is open. Whenever you are free, you just land up here. But this goes according to a logical, systematic study. So here is a form. Those of you who feel you want to join this course as a proper course. Now, till the next class, this will be open. Whoever wants to still join can join. After the next class, only those who have registered and who have taken this up as a formal commitment will be a part of this course and will be attending these sessions. So you fill up this form, and there is a book, Bhajagovindam, which is the basis of the course. So right now a few sessions we are doing are the introductory sessions, and then slowly we will follow this. So those of you who want, fill up the form. The contribution is 500 rupees for the course material, and if you like you can give it now or you bring it in the next class. When you bring it, you take the book Bhajagovindam and go, so that we have a clear account. Otherwise we will have to keep separate track of who took and who did not take and all that stuff. So Chinmay, you can take charge of this, because you are anyway taking charge of the emails and all. So please give the form to Chinmay and the contribution to Chinmay, and here are the books, Chinmay. Whoever wants, they can take it from you. Right. Yeah, did you? Yeah, we will follow now in this form. Once you give us this form and you register, he will be mailing you the talks, the links of that after every session is over. So that is how we will be doing this now. This Google Drive is what I had put it on, but I guess that for that you can't forward it.
I'll be setting up a
YouTube channel. So you can do it.
Share it with
You share it with
perpetually.
संजय जी and Barkha, आपका दोनों का email has bounced back is what he said. So just connect, get your email ID correct. Okay, so we chant the closing prayer and then we stop for today. Just one moment. We will chant the closing prayer, then you can fill up the form. Please repeat. Om Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu. Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah. Sarve Santu Niramayah. Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu. Ma Kaschit Dukkha Bhag Bhavet. Om Asatoma Sadgamaya. Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya. Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Om Purnamada Purnamidam. Purnat Purnamudachyate. Purnasya Purnamadaya. Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om.